Hey there, fellow street peddlers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Schedule 1, Episode 2, Building a Hooked Customer Base. I don't have anything to sell anymore, so, temporarily, I'm not going to list it for sale. Actually, let's list it for sale anyway. I can delay on delivery. But, here we go, answering the phone. You finished a few deals and made some decent money. It looks like if you're looking to make real money, you'll need to expand your operations, more product, and more customers. Best way to get new customers is to give a free sample to a friend of an existing customer. You can review potential customers on your map, grab some weed and give them a free sample. With a bit of luck, they'll agree to become a customer. To keep up with more customers, you'll need more product. The motel isn't going to cut it for much longer. Time for an upgrade. There's a cheap motel room above the Chinese restaurant just north of your motel. Save $800 and buy the room. So, in order to move up, I need to save up $800 for the property. Got it. The thing about saving for a new property is it might not make sense for me to just save. It might make more sense for me to deposit money, because I know I'm almost there. I'm at 749. But if I invest all of my money into the new property, I'm not going to be making new money, right? So instead, what I'm going to do is scale up a bit. I'm going to deposit 500. So now I've deposited almost 1,000, or almost 10% of my weekly deposit. Soil, soil, soil. Grow tent, soil. And 40 baggies. I'm investing my money to make more money. Highland Timber, thank you for the resub too. We happen to be in Highland. This is Highland Point. Just like your namesake. We've got a lot of people contacting me about wanting stuff. That's fine. The next thing I'm going to need to do is to arrange a dead drop. I should probably do that before we even bother with the soil. So, message, oops, Albert, dead drop, 4 seeds. And that will take 2 hours for delivery. Because I'm lining up for the next grows. So these guys are going to be grown pretty soon. So here's what we're going to do. Chloe Bowers, I'm going to sell you 3 at 155. She says no, that's fine. Geraldine, you want 6. Yeah, let's do 7 at 380. And we'll schedule it late night, so I have plenty of time to grow. Sam Thompson, we'll sell you 2 at 125. And do the same late night. I don't have product yet, but I will by then, because this is almost grown. Oops. Probably should wait for that to... Oh, I still missed. So I have sales for 9 already lined up. And I better get my trimmers ready. Because I'm going to have stuff to trim in just as... Oh, yeah, there it goes. Now, there is a bit of advantage lining up your sales for post-curfew. Because even if you don't get there early, there's an advantage for a post-curfew delivery. I don't necessarily want to just try to, like, min-max everything. I'm not interested in that. But in this case, I lined it up for post-curfew mostly because it was going to take me a minute to produce the products that they wanted anyway. Alright, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and go grab that dead drop. And this here is a checkpoint. So this checkpoint is a body search. I don't need to hide anything because I don't have anything illegal. But the checkpoints are pretty simple, because if I wanted to avoid it, I could just walk around it. There's really nothing stopping me. There's not a lot of body searches that happen that you don't yourself trigger. So in this case, if I just avoid the checkpoint, they won't search me. All right, so the soils are in. Let's sow the seeds. And then we'll answer that phone for that other deal that someone wanted. There we go. And continue packing. And now I'll actually have product to sell, which allows me to build up that $800. A little spoiler, not much of one. This next property is going to be cash, not card. All future properties after this next property are card. So I don't need to deposit the $800 into my card. The property I am buying is not going to need to be a card one. All right, so all my products is currently growing. And Kathy, let's sell you 3 at $150. And schedule that late night as well. So, potential customers. Let's go unlock Ludwig. So Ludwig is to my northeast this way. That's Peter. He still has bloodshot eyes, indicating that he's still high. Ludwig's in here. And we'll try to free sample him. He's happy with it. Miss Ming is over here. She's actually the owner of the property we're trying to move in. But I don't have the money yet, but we can free sample her. And what I need to do is I need to hold on to 12 of my 14. And she's happy with that. Awesome. Because 12 of my 14 have been called for. Well, actually, no. Now 14 of my 14. Counteroffer, make it a little pricier, and schedule the deal. So now every single baggie that I have is claimed, essentially. Now, if I wanted to, I could try to deliver like 6 to Geraldine of the 7 that he wants, and screw him over, and maybe he accepts 6 at the same price. I don't intend to do that. I intend to deliver people what they want instead. Which means, I'm not going to do any more free samples until I have more product to sell. And I'm not going to have new product for a little bit, because these are all 40%. What we can try to do is get to some of the deals early, and see if people are there to accept the deal before it goes down. So in this case, I doubt they'll be there 3 hours early, but you never know. And the curfew just set in, so I also have to hide from the cops. And I might intentionally reveal myself to the cops just to show you the process. Oh, see? Kathy's here early. Here's your 3. Done. Nobody's here. This is one spot where the cops always are. And if you are facing them, they discover you a lot faster than if your back is turned. See the difference? Because they can ID you from your front, but not your back. So if you're trying to avoid suspicion, essentially moon them, because it's a lot more effective. So, yes, I'm running backwards. It's so that I can stay off the radar. So, that person wasn't present for that deal. And I don't have enough product for Miss Ming. So we'll check on our plants to see if we're likely to have product today. Maybe, maybe not. Jesse also wants some too. Well, they're just gonna have to wait. And I'll just keep patrolling. I'll just keep checking these delivery spots for customers. So, still not there. We're now 1 hour away, so they're more likely to be there with only 1 hour to go. Yep, so here's Geraldine. And he wanted 7. So if I try to sell him 6, there's an 86% chance of him accepting it. But I'll sell him 7 anyway. I do now have the money for the property. But I want to make these next deals before I spend money, right? I don't necessarily want to tie up my money in a property unless I can make a lot of money. There's Mick Lubins. Mick is a little different than most of the other NPCs because he runs the pawn shop. So some of the NPCs that you sell to also have jobs, and those jobs are important. I'll go a little bit more in detail about that later. All right, so let's get to the next to the barbershop delivery for Sam, which I'm going to have to go a little bit more roundabout of a way because the cops on patrol over there, or patrol is too generous of a term. The cops that are standing around doing nothing over there. So here you go, Sam. And if I was to be found out by the cops, they're going to try to taser me, and if I continue running, then they'll try to murder me. So they're just going to keep chasing me and chasing me as I resist arrest, and if I get far enough away from them, I'll be a wanted person. And now I'm wanted. So now that I'm wanted, they will try to subdue me in a most violent way possible. And all I have to do to get away from them is to put enough distance between me and them long enough that my wanted meter goes down. Just like you would do in GTA or something like that. And if I can get away from them distance enough, I can also go into my hotel room. So, once you're like in in your hotel room or wherever, they won't generally come and find you. Oop. Keeping my back turned, and there we go. I've ditched the cops. I don't intend to intentionally get caught or murdered or whatever, but what I can do is I can tell you what would happen. If you're caught, you pay a fine and you have all your stuff confiscated, and the fine you pay is dependent upon what products you had on you and the class of narcotic that they are. So weed is a less of an infraction than like meth or cocaine. And if you, hey, Killadrix, thank you for the raid. If you get killed, it's like medical bills. Welcome. How's it going? You were playing Tainted Grail. Oh, I saw that. Tell me a little bit about that game. I only, like, saw that cross my feed, but I didn't really look too hard. Yo, you feel this? Nah, you don't. Never, dude. But thank you. I'm sure most of your viewers know this game. In fact, you've played it, so they're familiar. In this run, I'm trying to be like a mad alchemist, making my customers guinea pigs for my experiments, which should be fun. All right, let's go ahead and line up these deals. I'm just going to agree to them because there's not a lot of time, and I'm agreeing to them that I'm going to meet them in the morning, which is a little weird. But it's like a roundabout way to sort of guarantee that you have an early delivery bonus, and I'll show you that in just a minute. It's kind of like Skyrim and Oblivion with a Dark King Arthur theme. That sounds intriguing, at the very least. There's been so many, like, King Arthur-esque games out there that really missed the mark in terms of being fun. I feel like that's a bit of a struggle of games that try to, like, be true to lore, and the lore isn't conducive to make a very good game. So you have to either compromise the lore or compromise the game, or sometimes both. Now, of course, you said it's like King Arthur-esque, not King Arthur literal, which makes a big difference, but point still stands. You gotta run? Alright, well, pleasure with the raid and all, and I'll try to take care of your viewers. So right now what I'm working on, as you can see above my head, is saving up for the motel. Now I have all the money that I need, and with all this new product, I'll feel a lot more confident about spending money, because this product I'll be able to sell. Here's a little tip. If you miss the bag, you can hold right mouse button, which is like a magnet mode. So if like the nugget somehow fell behind the bag, it'd be really hard to grab, but holding right mouse button kind of like hoovers everything up like a vacuum, making it a little easier to fetch things that fell. Alright, so the deliveries. Because I agreed to do a early morning AM delivery, the way this typically works is that I'll have to wait a little bit longer, but they're basically walking in transit to these locations, and I'll be able to sell whatever they are asking for with like an early delivery bonus, or that generally that's how it works. In this case, they're like not here. Jesse and Miss Ming. Worst case scenario, if a delivery isn't delivered, it's not the end of the world. It might be a little bit of a dissatisfied customer, but not the end of the world. Okay, the reason why I talked to Miss Ming now, and I think I won't be able to do these deliveries until the morning, is I want to move the grow tents and packing station to the new room, but I want to do that when they're not doing anything productive. So it's best to move your into the motel when, you know, you don't currently have anything growing, because otherwise you disrupt what you're doing. So click and hold right mouse button to pick it up and pack it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this case, I'm also going to take the storage. Actually, we'll leave the storage behind because I won't have the inventory space. There we go. We've packed everything up. And we can move into the new room, which is larger. And here it is. And I'm just going to lay this room out in a way I'd prefer. This will work. Okay. I'm curious if the people I'm trying to deal to are going to be present. I'll check one more time, and then I'll talk to Uncle Nelson. No one's there. And I don't think Miss Ming's going to be present either. So we're just going to progress through the game. Miss Ming is missing. Alright, that's fine. You've got a decent base of operations and a growing customer base. You'll be pulling in some proper cash now, but you'll need help managing all your customers. Time to think about recruiting a dealer. There's a guy, Benji Coleman is his name is, I think. He'll be the first dealer you can work with. You won't be able to hire a dealer until one of their friends has recommended you. Benji is friends with Peggy, Beth, and Ludwig. Focus on selling to them until one of them recommends you. So we open up our contacts here. We already knew about Ludwig, and then we have Beth over here, and essentially we need to befriend someone that is connected with the dealer until they recommend us to the dealer, and then we can have the dealer you know, deal for us. All right, so let's go ahead and go to sleep. It doesn't matter where we go to sleep. We could go to sleep in the motel. We could go to sleep in the restaurant, which is also called the sweatshop. Goes by both names. So we'll just do sweatshop. Also, trimmers away. And how do we do today? $1,600, not bad. So at Street Rat 3, we've unlocked jars, which is kind of like baggies, but it holds 5, PGR, and fertilizer, sour diesel seeds, fertilizer, long life soil, LED grow lights, moisture preserving pots, electric plant trimmers, and pot sprinklers. Whole lot of unlocks. All right, first thing I want to do is to get these deliveries going. They should already be waiting there for us, so there shouldn't be a long wait. Oh no, maybe they're in transit walking. So I'm not going to get like an early delivery bonus in these cases, but that's fine. So my current priority is scale up the grow. So while we wait for this customer, let's go ahead and do a Hoover drop of, in this case, I'm going to start selling sour diesel seeds. So I'll order 4 sour diesel seeds. And I still have OG Kush to sell. So I'm going to keep it listed, at least for now. Is there falling damage? No. But you can die. There is, like, if I pissed off customers and gave them the wrong thing or didn't give them enough, they could fight me, cops could shoot me. There's certainly a lot of ways to get harmed. Alright, so other things we could do. Beth Penn, you are over here. That's Beth right there. And she's connected with the dealer, so trying to get her as a customer would be great. I don't want to do it right now, though, because there's 2 cops staring at me. So I'm going to wait for the cops to walk by. And then... Now, this only has a 65% chance to work, so it might not work today. And it didn't. She's not interested. That's fine. We will sell to Austin, though. And then, also, if I get any deals for Chloe, Ludwig, or Beth, what we can do is we can give them really good deals or offer them more drugs to try to butter them up. So we did get the dead drop. Oh, Austin's already here. What the hell? You're, like, super early, dude. All right, there you go. Let's go ahead and start using long life soil. Because I can't be bothered to, like, change soil every time. Now, PGR is increased yield at the cost of quality. Speed grow is 50% instant grow at the cost of quality. And fertilizer helps to replenish some of that quality. I'm not going to mess with that too much right now. What I am going to do is... Oh, I can't afford all that. That's fine. So let's just buy this stuff and I'll deposit in a minute. And the drop of the seeds are ready. Great. Can you steal from them? Yes, you can pickpocket from people. Let's get the soil in and then the dead drop. So we are, what I'm planning on doing this run is being a mad alchemist. So stealing from people is, like, not all that interesting to me as a result. We're trying to brew up crazy concoctions. And I don't really have access to that kind of stuff yet, so I just, at this point, need to make as much money as I can so that I can build up my alchemy empire, if you will. So it is taco. Got it. And it wouldn't be a terrible idea to hand out even more... Oh, hi, Kyle. I'm going to deal to him in a second. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to try to, like, get up to, let's say, 8 plants. So Bud's Bar is literally right here. So I'm meeting Peter here and Kyle behind this pizzeria. And as soon as I do that, I'll grow these sour diesel seeds. Now about sour diesel. Sour diesel has a different effect than Kush. Kush is calming. Sour diesel, as you can see, is refreshing and slightly more addictive and also more expensive. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to move into a slightly more addictive product so they come back asking for more frequently. Additionally, in Northtown, every region has its own, like, drugs that the typical people like to have. And as you can see, some of them are energizing, athletic, focused, balding, long face, sedating. They all have different effects. So if you're going to grow one strain, focusing on a strain that is shared amongst most of the residents of that region is ideal. Not that I'm necessarily trying to min-max it, but it's just food for thought. Alright. Next up, let's get these 4 seeds in the ground and then try to double the scale of our operation. So the port sides that you see on the side here is so that you can set your grow tents up with, like, easier ways to water and easier ways to add soil. And I don't intend to use those because I'd rather just have employees doing it. If I'm going to be a mad alchemist, I want most of my efforts to be in alchemy, not like growing stuff myself. I'll have employees to do that. So I'm taking the tactic of trying to maximize profit at the moment so that I can invest in, like, crazy alchemy stuff later on. So with my 1,500 cash, I'm going to do some deposits at the ATM, and then buy 4 more grow tents, and dead drops and all that stuff. So deposit 1,000. Purchase 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 20 jars as well. I'm also going to contact Albert. Order a dead drop of 4 more seeds. But that's past my debt limit. So let's go pay off our debts. And then dead drop 4 more seeds. And then put 50 bucks in here. And our debt's completely cleared with him. So we'll have 8 grow tents with 8 sour diesel and no debts. Sounds pretty good to me. There's so Ludwig is one of the people that I am trying to befriend in order to gain contact with Benji Coleman, the dealer in the area. And he just texted me about wanting a delivery. So I'll be... Oh, and Chloe just did as well. So I need to be responsive to the request, and I'll do that in just a moment as soon as I'm done with this. So let's see. Sam... in the night. Ludwig. I'll just agree to it. Chloe, I'll agree to it. And let's clear these texts out. So I have 4 that I have agreed to sell. And in this case, what I intend to do is give more to Ludwig and Chloe than they asked for to befriend them. Because it's going to be important for me to, you know, build up that relationship. Did the motel manager call about the stolen furniture? Nah. In this neighborhood? Nah. Dead drop is near the laundromat. Oh, that's straight over this way. Don't really care. Sell that for whatever it sells for. So this is Sam. I am not trying to make him happy, so I'll just give him what he wants. But the other two deals are the more important ones, because those are the ones where I'm trying to build up a relationship to gain access to their friend, who happens to be a dealer. So Chloe, have 2 kush. And my relationship has grown, but not into the blue. Not yet. As long as they're satisfied, it's a positive interaction. And that's what I'm trying to go for. And Ludwig's in the blue. So one more deal to each of them that is satisfying, and I will have the ability to contact that dealer. And then the last of my OG Kush just got called for, so I'm going to take the OG Kush off the market, because soon I'm just going to only be dealing in sour diesel. And I guess I'll street sweep until they're here. We're looking for Kathy. Oh, there you are. Pretty good day. So with nothing left to sell, I need to get back to growing. And it looks like there's... it's almost grown. The other thing is the dead drop. So let's go to the laundromat dead drop and collect our seeds. I forgot to do that. And because we've paid off that debt, I'll be able to call in more dead drops, because it looks like the first 4 that we had sown is almost done. So I'll ask for another 4 seeds. So I don't have anything to give Peggy, and that would be probably the next person to try to influence, as she is connected to Beth, or Miss Bing is also connected to Beth. So I could be offering drugs to both Peggy and Beth once I have them. And that's ready for trimming. Perfect. I think what I'll do is actually not water this stuff until I have the other 4 seeds sown, so they all grow at the same time. And because I used 2 grow soil, the plants behind me that are harvestable won't have soil depletion until the next grow is done, which is convenient. So now that I have some sour diesel, we can put that up on the market. Let's put it up for 50, not 40. Wow, okay, that was fast. Donna and Mick are like, hey, I heard you have the diesel. It's like, dude, chill. It's been on the market for 10 seconds. Good God. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop using baggies and start using jars. And what I'm going to try to do, and this isn't always going to work, Oh god, yeah, tier 1 packing station. Rip. What is gonna happen is I'll try to round up the amount of drugs they're asking for to the nearest... Actually, I'm only gonna do 2 jars. 1, the level 1 packing station is insufferable, and 2, people aren't gonna ask for that much. Yet. Yeah, the people are hungry. I know. I know. Alright, let's see. Donna Martin. You buy 5 for $2.90. And Mick, you buy 5 for also $2.90. He says no. That's fine. I don't care. And the dead drop's ready to be picked up. Now, there is a curfew right now, so I don't want to get caught. Hello. Oh, I don't have the region unlocked for them specifically. As you level up, so like right now I'm like Street Rat 5 or whatever, and as you build up a reputation with your customers, oh, hello cops, let's hide our backs, the customers that you have will spend more money. So as I build up a rapport with the people I'm trying to sell to, I'll be able to sell more volume. So having satisfied customers allows you to have them spend more money, which is ultimately very important. So I've got the last 4 sour diesel seeds. And I wouldn't mind satisfying some of these. Oh, yep, she's there. Donna's there. Satisfying some of these deliveries so I can then go focus on growing. So a jar is 5. So handing over a jar is the 5 sour diesels she's asking for. So she's perfectly satisfied. And I'm going to do the same for Jesse. The idea is so that I don't have low volume, slowly rounding up to the nearest 5 and selling in jars only. Jesse's not here yet. Where is she? Alternatively, Peggy is in the basketball courts over here, and I can give her a free sample. Oh, not if there's cops that way. There's Jesse, though, coming for the deal. There you go, Jesse. So before I try to hand out free samples, let's get the 4 seeds sown. And then water everything so that it's, we got 8 plants going for tomorrow. No, I think that's probably... I don't hear radio noises. Maybe it's not police. I wonder how much water I have left in this watering can. It's probably pretty low. 1.3 liters left. Come on, you can do it. No! Almost. All right, all 8. All 8's going. Let's tidy up after ourselves. I'm probably, given my current net worth, not going to care about making burn money, so I'm just going to dump it in this dumpster. Oops. Or I'm going to miss and dump it on the ground. Because at this point, like, collecting money for for burnt trash is like chump change. I don't really care about that. I'm a dealer, man. All right, let's try to get those potential customers before I go to sleep. So, Beth. You're maybe in this apartment complex? Peggy. Oh, no, it was Peggy, not Beth. And she likes refreshing, which Sour Diesel is refreshing. So, Sour Diesel is a good match for her. It's not to say that she's going to be satisfied, but there's Yep, there she goes. Another one, fallen victim. And then Beth Penn's in the motel. So we'll go over to the motel. Hey, Beth. You like schizophrenic, lethal, and seizure-inducing, so this might not work. We'll see. Oh, good. All right, let's try our hand at 2 more. Let's go for Joyce and Meg as well. Keep in mind, of course, it's like post curfew, so I gotta be careful. There's Joyce. I don't actually need to stand here and wait for them to try it. I can walk away. It makes no difference. Joyce's game. So what's happening here is this is the contact list for Westville. So Joyce is a person in Westville, and same with Meg. The supplier here is important to make contact with, so Meg is really important. Meg or Keith, or rather Meg or whoever this person is important to make contact with, and then the dealer too. So I am now making contact. I'm making connections with 2 regions, not just 1. Whoop! I didn't mean to punch her. Maybe she's... Oh yeah, she's into it. So I guess that's good. She likes a little donkey kick with her crack. And over here we need Keith. I'm not sure where Keith lives. You're not Keith. There you are. And yes, I am giving away all my drugs, but it's been paying off like crazy. Taking a look at the contacts list. Keith, so either Meg or Jerry. Neither of which I have drugs that have properties that they particularly like, so I'll try for Meg. Thank you for tuning in to Schedule 1, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow drug dealers.